Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Thursday, October the 3rd. Alex LaBrunerie is with us from LaBrunerie Financial. Good to have you here, Alex.
Thanks, Paul. Great to be here.
Yeah, we've been friends for a long time. You got that bow tie on with a purple shirt today.
Yes.
Spiffy.
That's
and good
right.
to have you back. You had hip replacement.
I
surgery.
did, so I missed you guys in July, but I'm feeling much better now.
The hip's doing okay?
Yes.
Did you keep tap dancing in here today with your...
That's right. I'll do that on one of your shows.
Your top hat and cane.
So.
Anyway, we're here today to talk a little bit about money. And you were talking to me before we went on the air, and it just totally confusing to me. I heard a report on NPR on the morning report, and they were talking about the Fed's thinking about lowering interest rates to zero. Now, when you think about that, you say, "Oh, great! I can borrow with no interest." But that's not true, is it?
Well, it could be true for the issuer, the governments, because there are negative interest rates in other parts of the world right now. Europe and parts in Japan has gone into negative interest rates in the past.
But what does negative interest rate mean for us?
For Americans, it's hard for us to get our minds around that, to walk into an investment firm or to a bank and deposit money into, say, your local bank, and have the bank say, well, we're going to charge you 0.5% a year to keep your checking account here. But in a way, if the bank can't do anything profitable with the money, then it's really working just as a storage agency for other people's money and needs to be compensated. Is the justification for it. The
story that I heard on NPR was that it also could cause fear in the market.
Yeah, I think so.
That it could be a big concern to investors.
Pension funds, insurance companies,
yes, okay.
On down the line.
So what do you see happening? Do you see this actually coming or not?
I hope not. No, I think the hope when interest rates were cut in midsummer this year, I think it created a reflection on whether or not the global economy was going into a recession, because generally the Federal Reserve cuts rates when it is thinking it wants to forestall a recession of some sort. So trying to read the tea leaves of what the central bankers are doing is at work here. And are we in a recession or not in the U.S.? Is the world in a recession or not? Is the question, or will we go into one anytime soon, say 2 years, within the next year or two?
Now
that's what people are trying to read on the tea leaves.
And the Federal Reserve Board is supposedly independent, an independent organization.
Yes, I think they are independent, yes.
They do not want to become politicized.
Yes,
and
they don't. That's correct.
The story that I was listening to said also the fact that if the image comes across that they are politicized, this is going to hurt the economy in the long run too.
Their credibility, yes.
The credibility,
yes.
Okay, so there's a lot for us to
there's a lot
to
of
try
tea
to digest
to read,
here.
Paul.
There's a lot to try to digest.
Yeah.
To make it simple, how do you make it simple?
Well, I think we're going into September, looking at corporate earnings, trying to figure out if there's a slowdown is not simple at all. Even the greatest economists have a very difficult time doing it.
And most corporations are flush in cash right now.
Yes.
Sitting on a lot of cash.
The top corporations. Yes. But earnings growth and what Wall Street values and places premiums on and stock valuations are growth of earnings. And we'll see here going into the fourth quarter, how well corporate America is doing on posting earnings that satisfy Wall Street's need for growth, and us as investors too want our growth stocks to be growing, not going in reverse.
Exactly, and there's no way to really give an accurate prediction to what's going to happen, because anything could throw a monkey wrench or make things go through the ceiling.
Yes. I think investors also going into the fall need to be thinking about safer investments, quality government bonds, U.S. government bonds, short-term government bonds. This cut in interest rates has really positively affected the bond market. So, and there may be more cuts in the future, as you say.
Yeah. What do you see as far as the long-range outlook for the stock market?
Well, it's setting records. So it seems it's kind of it's up there with Tom Brady as far as setting records for durability and length of the bull market. But I don't think we can really predict.
No. And at what point, what was it always said, anything that goes up at one point has to come down.
That's right.
But if you look at the long range thing over the extended time, over a 10, 15-year period, the stock market still is a good investment.
Yes, and hopefully even longer, people saving for 20 or 30 years.
Is there anything that we need to be thinking about, individuals, as we are in October and November, the end of the year?
Charitable gifts, if those in our community that are at retirement age and taking withdrawals from their IRAs have the ability to do qualified charitable deductions or donations, qualified charitable donations, if they contact their IRA custodian soon enough, they could direct that to a charity.
Okay.
Many of whom show up on Pepper.
And that has to be done before the end of the year,
yes,
correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, the other thing...
And done specifically with your IRA custodian. You have to give clear instruction.
So you have to tell the IRA custodian that instead of sending you the money, you want it sent to a specific charity
of your choice.
And then that is a tax deduction for you.
It can be, very much so.
Instead of having to pay taxes on the money that you withdraw.
Yes,
yeah.
Normally.
Now, as far as putting money in, you have until April the 15th or 14th?
14th. If you're in an employee-sponsored plan, it's 12/31.
Okay. Alex, thank you so much for coming by. Always a pleasure chatting with you. I didn't quite understand everything today, but I don't know if anybody does.
It's perplexing, negative
interest
rates.
If people want more information, they can give you a call at LaBrunerie Financial.
Yes.
What's your number?
573-449-5313.
Okay. Always a pleasure to chat with you.
Thanks.
Something you'd like to hear? I'd love to hear from you. Drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Bye-bye.